Well, hello there and welcome back, Cozy Club. My goodness. Look, I've tried to show restraint. I've mentioned the guy in so many different videos, and we're just going to cut right to the chase. Now, Ian is someone that I have talked about in Disney Sorcerer's Arena, especially concerning the Siege on Olympus raid over the past few videos. If you've been following me on Instagram, I posted a raid battle with Ian in it, and we had him in the hidden gems. We've had him on the team guide, and then yesterday I explained to you guys why I think he is such a giant, massive, incredible Gear 9 character, and that is because of him being viable in so many different game modes. And the guy truly won, in my opinion, one of the best T9 awards. Once we give those out, he's going to be towards the top of the list. I could not hold off any longer. I had to make this video now. I wasn't even planning on doing a separate video for Ian, but the man, this guy deserves it, and I'll tell you why. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys today how I achieved in one hit 750,000 damage on the Siege of Olympus Raid Titan. And then on top of that, that could have scaled up well past 1 million. He's amazing in PvP with his one-shots. The guy can do it all. And there are a lot of downtown hero characters for you guys to choose from. And I want to tell you why I think Ian is one of the jack of all trades within the game. There's so much to be excited about this little blue guy. Half of you guys probably haven't even seen Onward. Pretty good movie. But Ian is worth your time and he's worth your investment. And I want to go ahead and tell you why. Now, we're going to get to the footage here in a moment, but come with me a little bit closer and let me explain why Ian is just such a solid choice for Gear 9, and then also just a good character to invest in at G7, G8, even before Gear 9 comes with a massive upgrade. Let's go on over. All right, Cozy Club, so taking a little bit of a closer look, let me show you guys why he's so good. Now, first of all, if you don't know, at Gear 9, Ian won the lottery pool, right? First of all, he's got himself some incredible damage. He's got really high offense, great stats overall. And then the secret sauce is that he got himself an increase on crit chance and crit power, along with that banger of an offense and solid potency. Now, his potency is 18%, but his passive is going to add on another 15% or up to another 20% if you choose to spin the deltas. So the guy is kind of doing it all by himself, both in the raids and in PvP. You guys can see from these clips in the montage of battles here just how solid Ian is with PvP. He can end pretty much any battle right out the gate. And I was kind of alluding to it the other day of why all this sudden, why is Ian great all of this sudden? Now, he was solid well before this, but he's needed a couple things to work in his advantage. Now, number one, he's needed other characters to lay down harmful effects to really boost up his Voltaire Thundersayer. But number two, he also needed somebody to protect him from being polymorphed or, just completely nuked to the ground. And with the Hercules meta, that just simply wasn't going to happen. But now we are having an Ian that can survive, be on a team with other great characters that lay harmful effects, and pump out massive damage. So let's go ahead and kind of paint the road and show you guys what you need to have this kind of damage and why I think he's such a great investment. You can put him on a raid team and get insane damage with almost zero effort, and it just takes a little bit of timing to get used to it. This guy's bonkers. Let's get into it. Now, Cozy Club, what are you guys going to need to make your Ian work both in PvP and the raids at the bare minimum? Now, the biggest con to Ian is he needs his brother Barley there to get the AoE effect, but because in the raids it's only against one single target for the most part, you don't need Barley there. Barley's going to add in some extra sizzle for the tornadoes or the ice blocks, or even against the double heads. But man, this guy, he does good on every single Titan, and I'm here to show you how. Now, first and foremost, his basic attack, just looking at the basic, is going to be pumping out blinds for 2 turns. Really strong basic that you get there, and you're able to, have the Tornado Titan, the Lava, the Rock Titan not hit as big of damage on you, because you're going to get more evades with the blinds in the first place. Now, you don't have to take this one up too high. Level 4 is obviously going to be recommended, but don't worry about that too much. Now, next up is Magnora. And Magnora is, in my opinion, one of the best abilities in the game for several reasons. Now, we've talked about Ian a lot. I don't want to go through this too much, but I will tell you guys, level 4 is obviously going to be the most important, but level 2 is going to be the only thing that is necessary to score some big high raid damage. Now, on top of that, he deals nice damage with this to begin with, he's increasing the duration of harmful effects. That's how we're going to build up the harmfuls on the Titan. And in addition to this, my friends, he's also going to be able to pump out random effects and spread helpful effects. If he doesn't have any, he's able to spread. If he has no helpful effects, Cozy Club, he's able to spread a random one, which can be clutch with crit power up, offense up, and some really good buffs to aid his giant move. Now, next up is the big kahuna. That last one, level 2, would have gotten the job done. For Voltaire Thundersayer, you want to upgrade this one as much as it goes up, right? You want to make this thing as powerful as possible because this is the big hit. And Ian has been this way for a very long time. Ian has been and have had the same kit since launch, my friends. Now, here's the deal. He's going to hit 7,000 damage, solid. He's going to drain 30% turn meter, solid. And it's an AoE or it's going to hit adjacents. But if you have Barley, it's an AoE hit, solid. In PvP, you saw the madness. He can one-shot just about anything. G9 Hercules, G9 Maleficent. It doesn't matter. Ian's going to take them down, even sometimes with offense down. Now, damage dealt is increased by 45% for each harmful effect on affected opponents. Now, that's really going to stack up. Within PvP, it counts it as all separate. But against the Titan, you can really stack up. Now, the team today is going to have Maleficent, but you can use any characters that can lay down harmful effects successfully, like Chunk, like New Demona, and Xanatos. Listen, this is going to work for several teams, and there's a lot of variants that you can run. Now, this is the one that you want up the most, and his passive is just some extra sprinkles on top. But that's going to be the way that Ian works as a gist. Let's go ahead. I want to take you guys to the raid and just show you the run that I had live on stream yesterday. I kind of lose my marbles. I am going to go and show you the clip first, and then I'll show you the entire run. Here's a look at my reaction after dealing the damage. Here we go. Let's see what we can pull off with this hit. That'll do. Now, you guys saw the damage and you saw my reaction. I have had some great Ian runs in the past, and I've hit up to some big monster hits, but all of those had Frozone or crit power up involved in the equation. You guys saw there, all we had on this run was big time harmful effects, and we had the offense up on Ian. Now, guys, the thing is, I'm trying to get the most bang for your buck with every single raid team. Using Frozone and Beast all on the same team, it's not going to be worth it because you want to spread those characters out. The flashy numbers at the end might be nice, but being able to make a team with not a lot of characters is where it comes down to, and that's what you really want to try to achieve for your club to get the most out of your roster. Now, let me go ahead and show you guys this run and how you can do this yourselves. Without Maleficent, I would probably put Ian in a Machine Gun Hades team and stack up the harmfuls with Hades in his basic. You're going to get a good amount of continuous damages on the field, and you're going to have a lot of characters with Frollo and with Hades to stack harmfuls on there with Ian either way. And so this can work for multiple teams. I use Maleficent for mine because of the extension of harmful effects. Demona, Chunk, you've got Maleficent and Ian can extend harmful effects, and same as Splash Mountain, which is why you're going to see a lot of the characters that I use have it. Now, you want to make sure with the run that you save on to these first two abilities with Ursula or with Maleficent until harmful effects are on the field. Now, you guys are going to notice here, I'm kind of sparingly using my options and all of my abilities to make sure that I land this move right here, Tenacity Down. So you could put Jack Skellington with this group or Headless Horseman to get Fear to land more harmful effects. But again, we're using Maleficent, Frollo, Sally, Ian, and Barley. Outside of Maleficent, you're not going to be using these guys on much other teams. And with being the possibility of doing plus a mil, you can definitely do some sick damage with not a lot of great characters. Now, we've got the Tenacity down on the Titan, which is going to allow us to continue to start stacking continuous damage. Sally's basic is amazing for just landing continuous damages like crazy. And we've got the blinds on to protect ourselves. Now, right here, you guys saw that we called the random helpful effect, which was crit damage up, pretty solid. And at this moment, watch these harmful effects. They're going to really start to stack up as we're going to try our best to put as many as possible. So right here, we're not trying to do big damage. We're trying to stack, stack, and stack. So right now, we're putting on blinds. We're going to go ahead and use the thorns to to increase a lot of those continuous damages. And at this point, we're kind of deciding what to do. Do we give the book to Ian or do we keep the train going? I felt like at this point, I haven't done, a lot of damage. So we decreased the magic with Barley, which is another good reason to use him with Ian. And at this point, guys, you're going to watch. I'm going to just continue to lay on continuous damage after continuous damage on this guy. And I even struggle when I should use Voltaire Thundersayer. Like right here, I wanted to, held on a little bit longer. And at this point, we're starting to really, stack up these harmful effects. I'm about to get Splash Mountain, and I'm hoping for the best. Now, here's the deal. If I would have landed crit power up on Ian here, I would have been well north of like 1.2 million damage, somewhere in that ballpark, maybe even higher. It's crazy that I didn't get that. I would have broken records that I couldn't have shattered myself with this team if that got crit power up. But we still got the job done with just crit, right? So we've got the crit going to Barley. We didn't get the crit power up. That's where Frozone maybe adds a little less RNG. But check this out. So right here, I'm trying to decide, right? I'm trying to decide, do I extend one more turn or do I just go for the big hit? Now, I could have extended. I want you guys to kind of watch. And right now, while I'm doing this live, I'm actually talking with the chat, like, going back and forth. What do I do? I decide to extend here with Ian's second special. You want to save that special. You want to look at the harmfuls that you have. And for each harmful, you're stacking damage, right? So at this point, I'm thinking I'm going to get a little bit risky and I'm going to add another stack of these harmful effects. So boom, we're going to stack it here. 21k I thought might have empowered him. We're going to go ahead and do the basic, use Splash, and now is going to be the moment of truth. Right after this Titan's turn, I'm just looking at the novel over here, guys. Ian is a monster, and I'm so glad that this guy's been in the game since the beginning. Nothing new here. He's just finally getting his chance to shine. Now, here we go. We're stacking up damage with Maleficent. We're stacking and stacking. And check this out. Once we use the basic and we use Sally a little bit longer, we're going to pull up one of the biggest hits that you guys just saw and how it fed to that hit. I mean, you guys saw the clip. Now, I will tell you this. What can go wrong, whenever this Titan takes a turn, sometimes these can tick and it will hit enough damage on him. That's why it can be inconsistent. You want to try to, with any continuous damage team, try to blow these up before Empowered happens. So you want to kind of keep a head count of how much damage you're doing, right? So here we go. We're going to do yet another big time bomb. I would have done Maleficent at that point with the dragon if I had it, but I decided to roll the dice, and thank God I did. Check this out. So, as the clip showed earlier, I decide, let's go ahead, let's bring Mufasa, who's going to have that offense up, and make it a little bit easier to get offense up on Ian. I thought maybe we could do one more rotation, but that's pushing it. So I decided to go with the offense up, and here we go. We take it to 1 speed, and you guys have seen it from here. We lay out the biggest boom ever at 729k. Said 750, close enough, and that could have been way bigger with a number of different reasons. But there you have it. This is why Ian is so crazy. The guy is working as intended. His kit's nothing different. We're just finally getting the supporting cast, which is why these great games are so great. These games are great because as you build up characters, you never know who's going to be the next stud that you can use. And those of you that invested in Onward, I know there's one of you guys that are always in the comments. Congratulations, because Ian is a home run hit. And I think between PvP on what you guys saw and in the raid, you guys are looking at one of the best overall characters right now at tier 9. Now, what makes him the best? By the way, I'm losing my crap this entire time. That's why I'm not going. But what makes him extra special here, 788, just off a million run. What makes him extra special is going back to the game. You don't have to upgrade any deltas. Right now for tier 9, delta ruins are kind of what I'm avoiding. I don't want to use them. They're very scarce. They don't come often. All of his abilities don't need to be upgraded. None of them do. Just the gear update. So good, holy God, Ian is so worth it, my friends, both in PvP and in the raid. My goal now that we're doing heroics is to get as many theory crafted teams as possible. Let's continue to break out some crazy numbers. There are so many more that have not been discovered, and we found this one live on stream, guys. That is why you got to join the Cozy Club on Twitch. It is the biggest party ever, even on a Tuesday. And then on top of that, guys, follow me on Instagram. We showed it there first, and this team has been around now Right before I went to CozyCon a couple weeks ago is when this team came out. My friends, let me know if you want to see more one-off teams. I wasn't even planning on making a video, but we had to showcase this guy's bonkersness. Wow. Is all I can say. All right, guys, we're going to do a raid tier list coming up. Hopefully, you guys want to see that. If you haven't already, subscribe to the Cozy Club today. Follow on Instagram and Twitter. And until next time, my friends, stay cozy.